What's up, Bucs Report? What's up, Bucs Report? Bucs Report.
Go Bucs!
We go hard. That's my squad. That's my team. Go get that ring. Yeah, on that off-season grind. Training camp gotta shine. Put in work, mud and dirt. One game at a time. One thing I know, we gon' go hard. Tap of the squad, the team is so raw. Look out for corner if you running the ball. Jerry McCoy, JCP, Paul. We go hard. Go Bucs. That's my squad. Go Bucs. That's my team. Go Bucs. Get that ring. Go Bucs. We go hard. Go Bucs. That's my squad. Go Bucs. That's my team. Go Bucs. Get that ring. Go Bucs. Tampa. Yeah, red and black ball cap, 1-3 reppin' Mikey. A 1-3 for my QB. Play action when he dropped back and hit D Jackson for the long pass.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
Fire them cannons in the Ray J. No team is hanging with us. Yeah, lead teams in the dust that can handle the rush. Bust you for talking that smack. Your team getting crushed. Yeah, Levante, Ronald Jones, Hargreaves, Cameron Brake. We on go, no breaks. Humphreys, Godwin, Marpet, Noah Spence, OJ, Donovan, Winston, Charles Sims, Brett Grimes. We on the grind. The South is ours. Watch us shine, making money moves, eating W's in a double move, make them triple shoes. We go hard. Yeah, go Bucs. That's my squad. Go Bucs. That's my team. Go Bucs. Get that ring. Go Bucs. We go hard. Go Bucs. That's my squad. Go Bucs. That's my team. Go Bucs. Get that ring. Go Bucs. 813 all day. Tampa Bay. BUCCANEERS. Go Bucs. Tampa Bay on the rise. We coming for that ring. We coming for that trophy. Super Bowl 2018.
Well, here we go. As we are, is this thing on? Is this thing going? Is this thing rolling? Yes, it is. Welcome back to BucsReport.com with your host, Mr. Buccaneer Blake himself, coming out of the very small corner out of Dunedin, Florida at BUCnBLAKE Sports. And you check me out at BucsnBlakeSports.com. I've worked hard on the website. Check it out. Log in. I'll do some giveaways for everybody there. Maybe some hats and some gear, some small stuff for everybody who subscribes onto the website. Again, that's www.BucsnBlakeSports.com. Also, I'll get all your latest news and everything, Bucs news, NFL news at BucsReport.com, Bucs Report on Facebook. Check in, subscribe, log in, like, hit yourself a notification so when you get up, when we post stuff, which is stuff's getting posted all the time there, and so you can keep updated with the latest and greatest what's going on with the in the Bucs world these days. Okay, so as always, go down, let us know where you're from, where you sit at, what section you sit in. If you're out of state, let people know. There's people come from Norway, watch from Norway. Tony's in Washington, and there's people all over. So I know how that is, being out of state, Florida, a Buccaneer fan in a whole nother state dominated by another team. Like, I moved here from Philadelphia. I'm not from Philly, but I moved here from there. So, it was hard before they had Game Pass and all that stuff to watch Buccaneer games and all that stuff. So I know what they mean. We're going to our sponsors. Okay, that was updated that we no longer do the sports arena. So Tony, let me make sure I get this correct. So don't do the sports arena anymore. So we'll do the Christian Joanne, Eric Wilson, and Chris Della and the Rat Pack Sports Show, Mr. Derek Jones. Checked out the other shows from our other talented Bucs Report writers. You got Tuesday with Tampa Tony, Tony's Takes from 8 to 8:30. BritBucs Bites from 1 to 1:30. That's on Tuesdays. And Tony's show is actually getting taken over by his wife. So Tampa Tony's, they're gonna have to change the show to the Ramblin' Rossies. Am I pronouncing that last name right, Tony? We're gonna change to the Ramblin' Rossies. Sports Ramblin' Rossies with Tony Rossi. I'll come up with something creative though, Tony. You know me with the nicknames. Wednesday, Bill and Larry show, the weekly wrap up. That's at 8:30. Saturdays, Peter Blake, the Sports Web, 3 to 6 in the afternoon. That's why I'm doing mine 9. You know, I'm on Thursdays from 7 p.m. That's subject to change with my new schedule. Me switching over to the county now. So it's subject to change. So I have to find a day that's good that I can get this in. Might be early on the weekends, possibly. I know a lot of you guys like my show. So, because, you know, I do film breakdowns and stuff like that. So I had to get mine in early Saturday because I missed Thursday because I was tired. So let's go down as it is. Bucs and Bears recap. What was good and what was bad. It really wasn't too much good other than Ronald Jones and, you know, Vita Vea got to play. Vita Vea played well, showed strength, still got his feet wet a little bit. He really didn't give up any ground, which that's what I was looking at. When he was double teamed, he wasn't pushed out of the way. Offensive lineman really couldn't move him. He's really like an anchor. And over time, as he just puts in one-on-one, he's going to start dominating the offensive lineman. Which there was a couple plays where he threw guys to the ground for it and pushed his way into the backfield. Unfortunately, you know, other guys couldn't make the tackle. He definitely did his job. Again, people have to remember that defensive tackles' jobs aren't really to make all the tackles. They're just supposed to be the disrupt. And the linebackers can flow easily and come in and make those easy tackles. And that's something Quan Alexander and Levante David got to do a little bit more of. Now with Big Vea in there, you guys really don't have any traffic coming your way with all that extra meat down in front of you, taking up 2 blocks, and then not just taking up the 2 blocks, not getting pushed back. And that's the key part of it. He's not getting pushed back. He's holding his ground. So a lot of young corners. I think Whitehead was injured. Isaiah Johnson back there. MJ Stewart, Ryan Smith played. Carlton Davis, of course. Brent Grimes. He still has a groin injury. I know people were saying he stinks and all that. If you've ever had a groin injury, it's just not going to go away till you stop playing. It's just something that's not going to go away. You just have to stop playing and let that heal. So, you know, with all that, I mean, the Bears had a great game plan. They weren't going to let us throw deep on them, get all the time back there, and that's the astronomical effect of Khalil Mack being on your roster. I mean, almost I'm thinking maybe we should have just given them 2 picks and got him, because the guy just changes games, man. It's just, you can't leave him in one-on-one, and he's just going to come through and destroy the line. And it doesn't matter if you rush 3 or rush 4 or rush 5. The guy's just going to get constant pressure. You're just not going to find a guy like that. It's just insane. And John Gruden's going to be haunted forever for that, letting that get out of his hands, letting him go on over to Oakland. But with that being said, we fell into the Bears game plan. We didn't prepare well on offense, or we didn't prepare well on defense with what the Bears might do. We can't really use game tape from last time because, I mean, they have a couple new players with Mitchell Trubisky and Khalil Mack on the defensive side. Well, Khalil Mack alone changes the aspects of the game, because we got possibly a Hall of Famer pass rushing, terrorizing the offensive line, and our offensive line is damn near timid anyway. We'll get into more about that later. But that was part of, you know, we said the bad, you know, I'm kind of figuring out why we can't run the ball. And I don't know if you guys, next time you watch a game, I'm figuring out why we can't run the ball. We can't run the ball because our offensive line doesn't block to the whistle. Ryan Jensen is about the only line I've seen that blocks to the whistle. And Donovan Smith and a couple others, they all do that. They engage in the block. They don't really force their way downfield. They kind of just maintain themselves on the block and don't really try to pulverize the guy, the defender that they're blocking, and then they're kind of looking back to see where the ball is instead of just shoving guys down the way. And And I think that's part of what the issue is with running the ball. They're just not trying to shove their defender in the ground. We're kind of just like mirroring the defensive tackle, and that's just acceptable. And this is why we can't find running lanes, and this is why Caleb Beninock's been a disappointment. I'm waiting to see if Alex Kappa can do better if he gets in or whatever's going on with his issue. But we'll see what's going on as time will tell. When to bring up something that people probably forgot, didn't Dirk promise 150 yards rushing the game? Yeah, we kind of abandoned the run. We kind of don't run the ball anymore. We kind of got running backs on the roster, and we don't run it. So with that being said, if you plan on not running, then you're going to have to throw little short passes to the backs out the backfield, get these backs in one-on-ones, and let them earn their paycheck. Without standing there blocking and throwing obvious screen passes, you're going to have to get these backs in open space. Throw passes to them out the backfield, get them in open field where they can be in one-on-one with an overweight linebacker or an athletic linebacker or undersized corner or safety or something like that. You got to get these guys in open field and get them chances to make plays in the open field. And that's where we're going to stand. And those are kind of got to be our running plays now going on in the future. And that's just something we're going to have to do since we can't run the ball on the ground between the tackles anymore. That's just something I have to figure out. And if you're a good offensive play caller or a student of the game, that is something that we have to figure out, ourselves going on. Got to figure out a way to get the backs in play and use Ronald Jones and things like that. Have y'all have any ideas? What's your thoughts? This is a hot topic of conversation. New defensive coordinator. Who would it be? If you had we got a new defense, if we get a new defensive coordinator, who would it be? I think if you threw Buckner in there, you'd be sitting on failure. Maybe he can motivate the players out of there. I don't know. It just seems like when we get players, our coaching staff or stuff where that want to motivate, that motivates the team. That's why I was kind of upset about, Lovie Smith leaving. I know everybody wants to give him crap and all that stuff, but he did things he didn't normally do. He went out and got offensive weapons so we could move the ball and then sacrifice the defense so we could score points, which in theory, our defense still hurt and we're still trying to get I said we're still suffering on defense, but we're scoring points at least. We have the ability to score points. We have players that can do that. And then Lovey knew that you started getting pieces of the offensive line, quarterback, and receivers and stuff like that, so you can move the ball at least downfield and not have a bad defense and a bad offense. At least have one or the other, and then you got something to work on. And I just think Lovie Smith was given a fair raw deal. He said he was going to take 3 years to get this team going. It's not a Super Bowl team. And lo and behold, the third year, if he would have been here, that's when we went 9-7, possibly could have went 10-6, possibly more games that season, the third year, just like he said, 3 years. But yet we get rid of him to keep Derek Koetter, who was supposed to be this offensive guru. I know the Eagles are happy that we didn't let them go ahead and take Derek Koetter because they probably wouldn't have won a Super Bowl. And this is crazy. And then Mike Smith was going to go to Jacksonville and take the head coaching job. He slipped in and paid him more money to coach our defense because they played well, they're near the end of the season. And just, oh, man. It was just bad decision after bad decision. Everybody got so excited after one season, just like all these fans got so excited after 2 games. Ryan Fitzpatrick won. Ready to trade Winston and all this stuff. I think everybody, including just gets too excited with success too early sometimes. See, Tony, you're making my point. You're making my point, and it's probably something that you don't know about because you don't care about it. And what I mean, let me elaborate, is that same thing that Lovie Smith is doing now. What he was doing in Tampa is the same thing he's doing in Illinois. Illinois' program has been in the toilet for almost 10 years. non-existent. Nobody even knows it exists anymore. The last decent player that they came out of there was Juice Williams at quarterback and Akeem Spence that we drafted out of there. That's about the last thing you ever hear from Illinois. So you go into a program knowing that that team is terrible, and then but you blame it on the coach. Like, if you knew anything about the history about that team, you would understand what he got himself into, and that takes a lot of guts to try to turn a used to be respectable program back into a decent program. And you can't, and in college it's a little different. Then you got people who actually want to go to that school. You got to get decent athletes. Do they want to go there? And it was the same thing with the Bucs. We were the last worst team in the league. We didn't have nothing, scrambling between quarterbacks, bumping head coaches left and right, hiring defensive coordinators as head coach, interim head coach. We were spinning in circles, man, in the toilet. And then you take over a team that has no identity, nothing. And then you want to blame us that we couldn't win. Of course he couldn't win. Look what you gave him. He said this coming into the job, and the Blazers agreed to it. Oh yeah, I understand. It's going to take 3 years. It happened exactly how he described it. He said 3 years and had a winning season in 3 years. Exactly how he said it. But everybody wants to say he's terrible. So I just find it funny that exactly what he said happened exactly verbatim. Good coach can turn things around with time and the ability to recruit. He's had time to do it. Who are we talking about? Who you talking about, Tony? You talking about Lovey didn't have a chance to do it? With what roster? That's what I'm trying to say. What's Koetter's excuse? He's given offensive weapons, all types of stuff, and he can't cut the mustard. He's talking about everybody needs to get fired. I'm like, this is insane. Like, none of this stuff even happened with Lovie Smith, but everybody's ready to put his head on a plate, and with terrible people on the roster, and you loaded with talent now, and he gets all this kind of excuses. Dirk Koetter. And he just looks like he has no clue what he's doing. He looks like he belongs being an offensive coordinator, and that's it. It's the stuff he says and the stuff he does. Oh, Lovey has had time to turn around Illinois? I don't think you understand. You only get players for 4 years. If they're good, they leave in 2, and they go to the pros, or they move on and try to get a career. It's not like in the pros where you can sign them to a contract and keep them for 10 years. It's a constant flow of kids coming in and out. So the game is a little bit different in college. And like I said, look at USF. That's they spin the toilet bowl, Eric Holtz and all that stuff like that, until you can find some ground to stand on, and somebody can get in there. I mean, it took a D1, a highly D1 head coach to come in there, Charlie Strong, and get these players together, and people want to coach for a guy. Come play for a guy like that. It was the same thing like Lovey. I'm not sure what his records have been out there long, because honestly, I'm not paying attention. I'm a Tar Heel fan, but I understand what position Illinois has been in. But if we're going to try to compare an NFL roster to a college roster, I mean, we can do that. I mean, just all to say the more that Dirk Koetter has no clue what he's doing. It was a terrible decision to not let him go to the Eagles. And here we are now in the same situation that we was when we had Lovie Smith. But only the difference now is Dirk Koetter's had way more weapons and way more availability to other options to be successful than Lovie Smith has. But yet, Dirk Koetter's still here. Mike Smith still here. So I'm never gonna settle on that argument that these guys have had more opportunities and chances than Lovie Smith. You're just never gonna give up that argument. Lovie was too stubborn to change anything in Tampa. He didn't have a chance to change anything in Tampa, Tony. He said 3 years. In 3 years, we had a winning record, 9-7. Exactly what he said. 3 years. Fired him in 2. They didn't live up to their end of the bargain at all, because you were scared Dirk Koetter was going to go to the Eagles and we were going to lose out on something. And lo and behold, look what happened. We lost out. So new defensive coordinator. If you're going to get a new defensive coordinator, who's it going to be? We're going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel again, just taking anybody who wants to accept the application, because that's pretty much what's happening. We just taking anybody who's scraping the bottom of the barrel, because what we're known for in Tampa is constantly switching coaches and constantly hiring for a new quarterback. No wonder we can't win. No wonder, because that's what we do here. We constantly keep changing head coaches and keep changing quarterbacks. Albert Einstein said best. Said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. That's what we do here. But obviously, people know more than I do. And I've probably played a little bit more meaningful games than some people that I'm arguing with. So, it's just what it is and where we're at. But yeah, Tony, like I said, you're making my point. But yet he is still here. A man that told you what this is no Super Bowl rosters. You agreed to what he said. He said, I need 3 years to get this team going where it's going. He got the team going where it's going in 3 years, and you fired him in 2. It's insane, but Mike Smith is still here. Dirk Koetter is still here, though, with all the proceeds that he laid, with all the seed of labor that he done laid out already. You're doing it off of his back. I guess you just don't get what I'm saying, or people don't understand, but whatever. Was Koetter actually the right decision? No, I kind of get into that. Was he? I mean, when you look at successful teams, head coaches, like when you're faced with adversity, that's when you learn something about a man. I don't know if a lot of people understand what I mean by this, but I'm gonna explain it the best way I can. You learn the most about a man, a woman, or whoever it is when they're faced with adversity. Now, what I mean by adversity is so easy. When we were 2-0, everybody run around here with their Fitzpatrick jerseys on, had the pom-poms out, cheering, oh, I'm a Buck fan, this, oh, yeah, we should trade Winston. Oh, yeah, Fitzpatrick's good. Everybody walking around with the chest out because we're 2-0, beat a division rival, beat the Super Bowl champs. I mean, I'm going to ride or die with him regardless. I'm here broadcasting our 2-2 team that's lost to and lost the last one that got blown out by 30-plus points. Where is that? I lost train of thought. But it was easy to do that then. Now you're faced with adversity now. Now everybody's want to tuck their tails and run now when it's not good. You lost 2 in a row. Now all of a sudden the aspects of the change. Aspects of the things change now. You're not in the driver's seat. You're kind of in the passenger seat. Right now you're at the side because we're at 500 right now. Coming into the bye week with Jameis Winston coming back, and the team kind of probably, I'm not sure how they feel about all this switching around. I know Levante David is tired of all the switches. He made it very clear when we fired Lovey. He's had 3 or 4 coaches in a few years he's been here. That's sad. That's coming from one of your star players. And they want to play for Lovey. They want to ride for Lovey. But you don't really get that with Dirk Koetter, with the team right behind him. The team wants to win for the fans and for themselves. And Gerald's only had 1 winning season in his entire career here, and it's just crazy. I think Koetter was over his head from the beginning. We pretended it was gold; it was fool's gold. I mean, granted, we found Cameron Brate, got OJ Howard, got players. He's like Koetter. One thing Koetter was good at was playing tight ends, and he did do that. I'll give him that in the bargain. But as far as this offensive guru stuff and my buddy Decent is saying he's an offensive guy. He has not lived up to the bill. So you let a man that's never coached the offense across the offense in the NFL make you look like a fool the first 2 games, but he's been brilliant play calling for the first 2 games, and then he's having success. So then you want to move in and start calling plays later on in the season, and then our offense looks like crap because Koetter called the Bears game plays. I did not know that. Funny, we only scored 10 points, but he's an offensive guru, though. He's the guy that should have took over for Lovey's job, and whatever. It's just he should have stayed a coordinator. Fitzmagic to Fitzaverage. Funny how that all went away. see how things get trendy. I've never been a trendy person to jump on something like that. I've always been a man of my own thing. I support people, whatever they do, whatever they do, or what they believe in, but that's just, really, I'd never wanted rooted against the man. Man's a good guy, but he never had a winning season in his entire career till his 10th year in the league, and we were ready to put all the eggs in the basket for him. And that's really what it is. He's backup guy to come in and get you a couple wins and get back out of there. And that's pretty much what the staple of his career has been. And that's what it always will be. So let's go to game tape. The Bucs and the Bears game tape. We'll break it down. I'm not going to go into too much of it because it's pretty horrific to watch. You guys keep commenting. Tony's been here jumping back and forth. So let me check this out for you. Let me bring this up here. Add it to the broadcast. Week 4. We're going to go to the second quarter. I just want to show y'all the effects of what a pass rush does to an offense. Third and 13. We just missed the can't break touchdown because of offensive pass interference call on him. They're not going to let this ball get deep. And Fitzpatrick throws an interception. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what just happened there. The Bears ain't going to let this ball get deep. Slow it down for you. Just the effects of an effective pass rush. It's just insane. It's the spin move on Damar Dotson. Barber wants no piece of him until he's already at the quarterback. Force a pass into Mike Evans, and it's just picked. They're just standing there waiting for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys around there. And we throw the ball right to him. But he's a veteran. He can't make those kind of plays in the red zone after a timeout, after a penalty. Should have called a screen on this play and just took the field goal. They were not going to let us throw that ball over top of them. And really all that play comes down from the pressure from Khalil Mack. That's just a man amongst boys. There's one more I want to show you. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. I wanted to see, Vita Vea play. It's just the dominance of Khalil Mack. It's just all over this game. Just any time he wanted to do anything, he did it. There wasn't much we can do about it. I'm trying to find a play where he was in. I couldn't remember. What play is he in? He was in a lot at the end of the game. Ronald Jones, still looks inexperienced. There you go. Here's a play with Vita Vea. And the kid's doing his thing. Getting his feet wet. Here's a play here. I'll slow it down for you. Vita Vea is over the center right here. Defensive line slides. These guys pulverized the center and the guard. Mitrovic, he's got no pocket. Benny Curry's got free reign to run at the quarterback. And he throws it away. And the receiver's breaking open. And all that because of the pressure. And that's just, stuff that Vita Vea can do. He held his own, a lot in the run game. Didn't give a whole lot against the run. He didn't get pushed around or nothing like that. He held his ground. So he played decent for the most part. With that under his belt. So as the games go, he's going to get more confident. He's going to start making moves on defensive linemen and doing his thing. And I'm just looking forward to seeing him do more as the season progresses. Unless you guys got something Q&A and stuff like that, I didn't really have too much today. We don't play the Falcons till after the bye, and I'll be there. I'll be there in Atlanta, so you're gonna have a little live videos from me out there. 8-hour bus ride, but the Bucs Life crew. Looking forward to that. Unless you guys got more for me, I'm gonna roll on as we always do. You're the master of everything. What you do with your life, what you do with it is entirely up to you. Thank you guys. God bless. I appreciate you guys hanging around Saturday morning. Sorry I wasn't there Thursday. Again, check out BucsReport.com. Check out BUCnBLAKE the read on website. Subscribe. I do some giveaways and stuff for the guys that are there. Put your info and email and all that and stuff in there. Reach out to you and do drawings every month. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Thanks, guys. Appreciate everything you do. Check out Bucs Report. Check out BUCnBLAKE Sports. Thank you guys. God bless, and fire those cannons.